when considering Nitrox, most divers focus exclusively on its extended nautical limits, perhaps because this issue always seems to get their attention. But what happens to that allowable bottom time when it isn't actually used during a dive? Well, in effect, the diver gets some credit for each surface interval. The use of Nitrox with its reduced fraction of nitrogen means that a diver will be absorbing less nitrogen on any given dive, compared to using air for the same dive. When a diver on-gasses less nitrogen during a dive, naturally you will have less nitrogen to off-gas after the dive, correct? Then, when you return to the water after your surface interval, you naturally will have less residual nitrogen in your body from the prior dive, compared to you having done that prior dive on air. According to the dive tables, when a dive is made with an air to a depth of 18 meters for 60 minutes, the diver will be diving right up to the NDL. If he then wants to repeat this identical dive again, he will be facing a minimum surface interval of 12 plus hours. Conversely, if the same dive was made with an EAN 40 to 18 meter for 60 minutes, the Nitrox diver will have a lot of allowable bottom time that he didn't use. Because as I mentioned in the previous examples, the NDL for EAN40 at this depth is 200 minutes. He could literally change his cylinder and jump right back into the water for another identical dive with no required surface interval. Again, let me remind you, this is an extreme example, but nevertheless, it's an effective demonstration. An appropriate Nitrox mix can be used to effectively reduce the required surface interval in recreational diving activities, often allowing you to participate in more dives during a given period of time, compared to doing those same dives on air.